Now, let's talk about the sum of angles in a triangle. Remember, tri means 3. You have 3 angles that make up that figure. The sum, remember that word sum means to add. So what is the rule for adding up the angles in a triangle? Well, it's a handy dandy little rule, okay? And that is that the sum means add, of the 3 angles in a triangle is equal to 180. So go ahead and get your note cards out, because now it's time to write these rules down. Remember, if you will just make yourself some note cards so that you have things to study with to prepare for the test. A very good tool. So go ahead and write that down, and this has to go into your mental toolbox. You have to know this. They just assume you know it. All right. Now, when I write this out in the code language of geometry, let's read this together. Little m with that mark and a, that reads the measurement of angle A. And you have to say the whole thing when you read it. So you don't say m something A. No, you say the measurement of angle A plus the measurement of angle B plus the measurement of angle C equals 180 degrees. So that's the way you read that. We have to learn how to read it, because let me tell you, if you can't read it, you're not going to remember how to work anything. Okay, now this is a very simple rule, and this would be an easy problem to get right on a HiSET or the GED test. So you just have to know the rule. Okay, so if you have an example of, say you're looking at this triangle, ABC, and you've got 32 degrees, and you've got 47 degrees. Okay, well, you know the whole thing adds up to be what? 180. That's the rule. So can you find this missing angle? Well, yeah, you can. Now, you can do this algebraically, and you can do it the commonsensical way, I guess, if you want to call it that. But what would you do to find that missing piece? Well, I would add my 32 together and my 47 together, and you can just use your calculator. Remember, on the HiSET, you can use your calculator for the whole test. So you can either do it by hand or you can use your calculator. So you get 79. Now that's how much these two together add up to be, but that is not really our answer. So how do we find the missing piece? Well, we take our 180 and we subtract the 79. So this is not 79 minus 180, but 180 minus 79. And you get what? Go to your calculator if you need to. 101. All right? So remember that all 3 of these angles have to add back to give you 180. So it's a very simple rule and type of problem. All right, what if you have something like this? Go ahead and draw it on your notebook, and you have this little mark in the corner. You remember what that corner mark means? So you got, and you want to find this missing one. Okay, well, you've got to remember your rule is 180. So what does this mean? What number does that mean? That means it's a right angle, so that's a 90-degree mark. So we would need to combine 90 and 59. Just do it on your calculator. Don't stress it. You got 149, but wait, you've got to take your 149 away from your 180. So you just work it on your calculator if you want to, and you get your answer is 31. Okay? Very simple problems.